Welcome back, baseball fans. The 1973-76 Carryover League offseason look, and tonight we begin looking in the 1974 box for the first time. We know that the league has 4 players on the 32 teams. That's 128 cards of the 640 are in our league. So it's 64 more cards are here than were in the 73 box we've looked at. We have, of course, free agents, nameless extra printed cards, and guys on the waivered list and retirement list. But tonight we're going to start looking at the keepers of the American League East and the American League North, beginning with Baltimore. And it's going to be Cuellar, Lee May, Eddie Williams, Earl Williams. Do they have all 4 is one consideration. They have Cuellar, and he's very good. 3.11 ERA. Lee May, this is a card, of course, with the trade to Houston. Plenty of power. They got him sooner than he got to Baltimore, so that gives him an opportunity to get younger. Eddie Watt, he returns to Baltimore, not particularly good this year. I think he's got a better 73. And Earl Williams. So all 4 keepers are available for Baltimore in this sequence. Next up, the Boston Red Sox. Carlton Fisk, Doug Griffin, Louis Tiant, Rick Wise. Let's see if all 4 are here. Here's Fisk. Outstanding card. You'll have a good card in 75 also. $2.99 hitting catcher. But he had injuries in 74. I think he got injured in 75 as well, even though he went to the World Series. Doug Griffin. He's now 2 at second base, but he's still a decent hitter. Actually better against righties and lefties. We appreciate that. Might be his best offense in this timeline. Louis Tiant, 75 World Series. Here's a starter 9. Either year would be fantastic for him. And Rick Wise. I don't like this Rick Wise. He's pretty bad against lefties. He's good against righties. That's pretty imbalanced. I think you can find a better version of him. And he's just a starter 5. But all 4 cards are available, so that's one of the first criteria we look at. Next up, your Yankees of New York. Sparky Lau, Bobby Mercer, Greg Nettles, Claude Osteen. Sparky Lau, another great year for Sparky. Good thing about him, he's very consistent through this timeline. My goodness. 166, 114 innings. But all the Sparky Laus will be good. Bobby Mercer, this might be the year they play in Shea Stadium, so the power is not where it once was. Just 10 home runs, 274. I think you can do better with a 73 card. Greg Nettles, we mentioned we could do really better with a 76 card when he leads the American League in home runs, and he's a 3 here at second. We don't like that defense. Which leads us with Claude Osteen. Starter 7. The fact that he's not good against lefties is actually a good thing. It means he's probably good against righties, and he's decent. Collectively, he's okay. But I think the 73 Claude Osteen will be better as well. So it looks like age is catching up a little bit with these Yankees, though you can move Lyle and Nettles into the future and just keep Mercer and Osteen closer to 73. And lastly, in the American League East, your Toronto Blue Jays. Always fun to see what's in store for an expansion team. Doyle Alexander, Tim Foley, Burhoot, and Clyde Wright. So Doyle Alexander, and that's a great card there. 403, just ordinary. Tim Foley, still a 2 at short. Batting average a little better against lefties. Good bat handler. Nothing really stands out that you suggest you should take this card versus one of the other cards. When you have a player who plays very high floor, It doesn't really matter which of the 4 years you take. High ceiling guys, it does matter more. So you kind of just stick Foley in the year you need a player. Bird Hooten, starter 6, acquired from the Cubs in a deal. This guy gets up a lot of hits, so I'm not sure about this one. Yeah, 481, 200 hits in 176 innings. And this Clyde Wright, still starter 8. Might also be better in 73, also within the area before. Well, not a lot of help for Toronto here. And we talked about plugging in a year. Maybe it's the year you plug Tim Foley in because you don't have a lot of other options that are looking very good. All right, we'll pause that. And after the break, we'll pick up with the American League North. All right. We begin with the Expos. They snuck into the playoffs last year, sooner than they would have in traditional MLB. However, the protection list is one of the weaker ones. J.L. Liu, John Boccabella, Mickey Scott, Tom Walker. Ugh. It's not a very good list. Here's J.L. Liu as your pinch hitter extraordinaire, but he could be a DH now. This is a good DH. Power, average versus lefties, not much power. 268. Sometimes as a pinch hitter, he'll hit 300 though. We don't have Boccabella or Mickey Scott, so we can make notes of that in our spreadsheet so as not to pick them in there this year. So it's just Tom Walker. And actually, a righty who gets righties out is not that bad against lefties. Yeah, this could be the Tom Walker card we take to fit in with a year where you don't have the other guys available. If I were to guess, I would say J.L. Liu and Boccabella are older players, so they'll probably come out of 73. Tom Walker here, and then Mickey Scott will join a bunch of young players in 75 and 76. Probably Larry Parrish, maybe Andre Dawson. All right, next up are your Clevetown Indians. They traded for Ramon Hernandez. They needed a lefty in the bullpen and joined Gaylord Perry, Fritz Peterson, Dick Tidrow. Ramon Hernandez, another great year. He's good in 73 as well. He's brilliant in 72, though he struggled with the Pirates. So that's totally workable right there as your lefty setup guy. Excellent card. Gaylord Perry, 74. Does he go, 21 game winner? I think he starts the All-Star game. Excellent card, outstanding card. That's 2 guys you'd want to take. Fritz Peterson, great against lefties. Righties hit him around a little bit, and he's only a starter 5. So I don't think this one. Nah, not with that earned run average. Take him in 73. And Tidrow is in that land between starting and relieving. Don't like that card either. But the good news is that you have Hernandez and Perry in this year and probably Peterson and Tidrow in 73. Next up, your Detroit Tigers. Norm Cash, Al Kaline, Mickey Lolich, Mickey Stanley. Well, we're going to have some guys finally go away. There's no more Norm Cash. We can eliminate him from 74. And Al Kaline is now strictly DH. He's productive, but I'd probably want him to play the outfield one more year and then move to this year, the following. It's a full season as a DH, but it's just, for a designated hitter, that's not a tremendous amount of pop, is it? But hey, it's Kaline. Mickey Lolich, he still delivers the goods as a starter 9. How about that? Well, the 1-loss record's not there. The 4.15 ERA, 308 innings. The stat numbers don't look good, but the card actually looks okay. Got to stay out of those homers there. That's what's going to hurt him, those homers. Good against lefties. There's an out there. Only 1 walk. He's not as dominant as he once was, as expected. But the home runs, 38 of them in 308 innings. If you can stay away from that, you'll be fine. But they'll find you in this league. They'll find every weakness in the carryover league. So Detroit's getting up there. They're getting into that era in 74 and beyond where they're not very good at all. And lastly, Mickey Stanley. Still a 1 in center field. My goodness. Still kills lefties. This is the card I'd probably take, which is probably the best card here. Let's face it. Mickey Stanley. And then the youngest player here as well. So I'd probably go Mickey Stanley, and the other two guys, I don't know, maybe not so much. And lastly tonight, the fun Ohio Players team, playing out of Dayton, Ohio, the expansion team. If you happen to be following the Fall League at all, they're doing very well 8 years into the future. The 1980-83 Fall League is in play, and the Ohio Players are doing very well. Right now, it's Gene Clines, Doc Ellis, Tom Hall, and Rudy May. All right, Gene Clines. Not really this card, just singles only. A Steeler, though, great base runner. 225 hitter, probably won't cut it. Doc Ellis, only a starter 6, but 315 earned run average. Totally workable, totally fine. Rudy May, starter 8. Not on the rotation, 319 earned run average. Rudy May and Ellis are probably competing for the year in this case, but they'll both be on the team. It's a question of which of the 4 years you take. This would be a fine year to take. And Tom Hall, no, he starts to lose it here. Look at the home runs and the walks. Strictly reliever. Was he still a Red? He was still a Red. Well, 74, Cincinnati did not. Yeah, the Dodgers won the West. And that was a weak performance out of Hall. I think he's gone after this year anyway. So we'll probably go 73 Tom Hall. Maybe 73 Gene Clines. And it could be Ellis and Rudy May in this year, but I think they both have good years in the future. They're going to be around a few more years. Not bad. Of all of the teams we looked at, only the Tigers lost the availability of Norm Cash. And the Expos lost the availability of Bacabella and Mickey Scott. But Mickey Scott has a future card coming up. In a case where a player is out of the league for a couple years and gets back into the league. Perhaps he had an arm injury like Tommy John or something. But anyway, that's our first crack in the 1974 box. We're going to do this in the next 3 weeks. And we're going to go through each of the 4 boxes, 4 divisions at a time until draft time. Thanks for checking out 73-76 off-season look. We'll see you next time.